So, like, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Cool. That's no problem. So, I graduated college, and with the degree that I have, I work in that field. Yep. Hobbies, you know what I'm saying? I like to read books and stuff in my spare time to keep the mind stimulated. I read some books. I like to play chess too. That always, you know what I'm saying, that helps keep the mind sharp. I play chess in my spare time. Goals is
Goals? Well, I don't want no chess playing, book reading, goal oriented ass. But you know, I'm straight with you. I'm sorry.
Wait, ma'am.
What?
I'm sorry.
What?
I was just playing.
Ma'am?
We're gonna talk about ma'am. You don't want to be ma'am. I was just playing. I scam.
Ooh, Zaddy.
Yes, I scam. Young Miami and them hoes, I'm them. Who they talk about? Spitting on them. I scam. I trap. I'm missing plays right now to do this. I really ain't even supposed to do this. I got my car loaded, which I can go to jail any minute.
Jail?
I got everything you need. Look, I got Za, rapper weed, Molly, lean, Percocet. It's 2 hoes in there with the windows up right now. I pimp. I got hoes.
You pimp?
Yes.
Oh my God.
God.
Ooh, Zaddy.
I ain't bullshitting.
Let me sit my back down. Yeah. Oh my God. You are. Ooh, I did not know you was doing it like
I
that.
got 3 kids, 3 baby mamas. I take care of them, but we all stay with my mama. Yeah.
I just love me never moving out the house ass. Oh my God, you are so sexy. Oh my God. I can't wait to tell my homegirls about this king I just met. Oh my God.
Women don't want to be led. That's the response I got from a couple of men to my last video. Is it that women don't want to be led, or is it that men don't want to put in the work to become better leaders? Let me propose this to you. If a dog was in an environment where it was constantly beaten by human hands, you remove that dog from the environment, put him in a loving environment, and when a human in that new environment goes to raise his hand to pet the dog flinches. Do you blame the dog for flinching? No, you don't. And I'm not trying to compare women to dogs, but I'm trying to get you to understand that sometimes safe environments can be hard to recognize when you've been in unsafe environments for so long. So her resistance may not be a personal attack, it may be a trauma response. Now, as a man, is it hard to endure a woman that resists our leadership? Absolutely. Is that an excuse to not lead well? Absolutely not. If you want your woman to stop flinching when you lead, focus on creating a safe environment for her to heal instead of getting frustrated when you see her flinching and labeling her. But we cannot do this on our own strength. We need God's grace. 2 Corinthians 12:10. For my grace is sufficient for you, and my power is made perfect in your weakness. This scripture helps us acknowledge the fact that the strongholds that we are facing were not built by us alone, so they will not be able to be torn down by us alone either. We are inviting God in to show us how to create a safe space, so we're able to extend that to our partner. Developing into a better leader will challenge things in you, and it's important to ask God to reveal the things that need healing that's hindering you from becoming a better leader. So stop focusing on what women are doing wrong and focus on what you can improve on yourself. That's what leadership is, going first, and the rest will follow. And man, this is not an attack on you, it's assistance for you and me. Let's get better together. All right, bro, dab me up.
If a woman makes false allegations in a silver bullet divorce and her husband commits and they find out she lied, she should be convicted to the fullest. Now, a lot of you might not agree with that, but if you've never dealt with false allegations in a divorce, you have no idea what it does to you. He loses his home, his kids, all of his money, his career, his reputation, everything overnight. That would drive anybody to commit. And on top of that, the brain damage, the nervous system collapse, the trauma, the PTSD, and the CPTSD, because this goes on for years. Her lies drove him to no longer wanting to live. And before all you ladies go crazy, currently in Australia, Scotland, and England, they're starting to convict male abusers who abuse their victims with coercive control, and their victims commit. It's never been done before. Because usually people look at it as an independent decision. But now the courts are starting to look and see that people can be driven to commit. Now they're just doing it for women, and I support that. Because what's going to end up happening is they're going to start looking at men, because the rates for men are astronomical. And honestly, if they start convicting, it's going to stop all this. It's going to save a lot of men's lives. And if you're a man struggling with this right now, you need some help, you can book a session with me. I've got a book called Unmasking the, which helps you deal with female predators in divorce, heal, and detach. And then also a free ebook for men who are struggling with called Don't Die Tonight. It's all in the link in the bio.
And at some point in time, modern women have to understand that, you know, you told a man that you don't want a man talking to you. So when a man goes and, you know, is it a wrong thing for a man to go and do something else with his time besides being in somebody else's face? Because that's what modern women want. They want you to be in their face. They don't necessarily want anything with you because you're not Chad or Tyrone. They just want some attention and validation.
Monkey branching. What is monkey branching? If you're dating a woman or if you're even married to a woman, she won't let go of you until she's secured it with the new guy. Just like a monkey, when it's holding onto one branch, it won't let go of this branch until this hand is firmly secured on the new branch. That's what's going on in this dynamic. She's holding onto your hand while she's reaching out to the new guy's hand. What's the solution to this? First off, you need to realize men and women cannot be friends. If she says it's just platonic, he's just a guy friend, y'all, it's a red flag. If he's a straight heterosexual male, him and your girl cannot be friends. Why is she doing this? Well, she's trying to satisfy hypergamy. What is hypergamy? It's this idea that women are always looking to upgrade. If they can find a better looking man that has more money, stronger, funnier, better protector, this type of woman's always on the lookout to see if she can upgrade or leapfrog or monkey branch. You need to tell your woman that this behavior is disrespectful. She needs to cut communication off with all these other guys and express that you require loyalty. Unfortunately, she's probably going to gaslight you and say you're being controlling, insecure, and jealous. If she's unwilling to change her behavior, that's clearly disrespectful to you. You need to let her go, and it will turn this frowny face into a smiley face because you just dodged the bullet. You don't want to be with a woman that's talking to other men, that's entertaining other men. Don't let her fool you, y'all. Let her go, let her be with those other men. Let her find out if the grass is greener. You deserve way better. Stop investing your time, your energy, and your money into her immediately. Y'all, we need to have the courage to call out these red flags. And if our girl's unwilling to change her behavior and see that it's toxic, it's time to walk away. If y'all are interested on one-on-one dating advice, type the word coach in the comment section and I'll personally reach out to you. May God Goddess bless all of y'all. Namaste.
All my kids had to sign a prenup before they got married to their partners because if they didn't, they wouldn't get anything from my will.
You don't have a prenup you don't take under the will. First, all my children are married. All my children have prenups. In my estate, it works like this. If you don't have a prenup, you don't take under the will.
Bingo.
So I become the bad guy. And every time I tell people this, I don't know how old your kids are, you will remember this, believe me. So you don't want your kid to have to be the bad guy. You're the bad guy. So my kids can say, hey, my dad, my dad. Now, if you don't want to sign it,
Yeah.
we're not getting it.
That's right.
And so that's the first thing. The prenups are fairly tough.
Okay.
Like, you know, one lawyer said this is the most egregious document I've ever read.
Egregious. I'm sure you took it as a compliment.
I said by design.
By design.
And so, but listen, all of the daughter-in-laws, the son-in-law, I love these folks, but I'm not going to have a situation where somebody can come in and, you know, my one son, Matt, said, because he was the first one, he's like, well, Daddy, maybe I put a clause in there that if I cheat on my wife, that is a null and void. I go, no, because we don't need to have any litigation. He goes, I'm not going to cheat. I said, I know you're not, you know. But he asked that question. I said, let's just get the document signed.
Everybody should be signing a prenup.
We're going to ourselves for you to get what you want. A slow whenever I hear women say that they can't submit. Submit does not mean to give up. It means to give over.
Oh, I love that.
And the problem with most people and that word, they don't understand that it's the highest form of teamwork. I submit to my wife all day. She sets everything in the house. The thermostat, the sleeping arrangement, what side we sleep on, physical touch, the schedule, the food, everything that moves our house, my wife sets.
And are you okay with that?
We're together for 28
You're okay
years.
with that?
So the entire day, I'm submitting to my wife.
Yep.
So I expect her, hello, every single one of you women who got your faces up.
Let's hear this.
I expect her to submit to my provision about specific areas because I submit to her all day. It's a dance. You already tell me what kind of woman you are spiritually when you tell me that you can't submit to your man. First of all, you chose him. So that's not a him problem. That's a you problem. Because you chose him. If you tell me that you can't submit to me when all I do all day, every day is submit to you, we submit to the comfort of our wives all day, every day. That's the way it's supposed to be. So now it should be a dance.
Early on in our relationship, we both had to learn what that word meant.
Yes. We're submitting to each other. We're submitting to the mission.
You know, a lot of these modern women, they want men to approach, but they want to tell men how to approach, right? And to a degree that makes sense, right? Well, obviously don't approach me, you know, in certain places, like at night during the park, like at, in a dark parking lot, or, you know, don't come up and call me baby. Like, I don't know you, I'm not your baby. Makes sense, right? But modern women have a way that they want men to approach, and you have to have it. It's one thing to say, okay, I don't want a man to call me baby because, you know, I don't know you. But then there's also, oh, I want him to be in a black suit, wearing some Louis Vuitton, I don't know, flip-flops, have a buzz cut, look like, I don't know, Matt, whoever, you get it. There's one thing to say, I don't want him disrespecting me, versus, oh, he got to come up like to me like this with a glass in his hand, and you don't get approached. Because if a man doesn't look a certain way, if he doesn't talk in a certain manner, right, then you disrespect him. And so men watch that, men see that, and then they're like, no.
Black men. American black men generally do not value courtship, traditionalism, or even marriage. And I'm not saying that all American black men are like this, but a large majority are. They will berate you, break you down, and take advantage of you. I don't know why, but the sight of seeing a black woman, a dark-skinned black woman, having standards really does bother them. Maybe it's because in their mind, nobody ever talks about this, but they believe black women, dark-skinned black women, deserve crumbs. Colorism is real, and they think that we deserve crumbs and that we shouldn't have any standards. I mean, I was getting so many messages and comments saying, you're dark-skinned, why do you have all these standards? The only reason why that video got them really upset was because it basically told them to do better. And they do not take well at all to being told to do better, as you can clearly see, and it's because they are not required to. They are used to giving women nothing, giving women crumbs, but then receiving the world back. So when they were watching my video, they were so upset. They were like, oh, no. You want me to take you on a proper date? A proper date when all I'm used to is inviting women back to my house, or inviting women on a nature walk as a first date, or inviting women to my car to link and smoke? You want me to actually put in effort? No, I'm not used to that at all. They're literally in my comments saying, what makes you think you deserve a meal? You need to prove yourself. And when American black men say that you need to prove yourself, that just basically means you need to go through and back.
I'm fixing to rant hard, but chivalry is... Seriously, men absolutely suck these days. That's why, and they're only teaching their children to suck, their sons to suck. They're not teaching them manners, chivalry, or anything. It is ridiculous. The fact that I have more manners and more chivalry than a man. Sorry, I am losing my shit right now. Just left Walmart, and the men in there absolutely suck. Like, there was a gentleman, not a gentleman, a guy, whatever, specimen, that walked in with his youngest son, and I slowed down because I didn't know who was going first, whatever, and he goes, just go, talking to his son, just go. And then it's like, you walk in through the rest of the store, men just cut out in front of you, nobody says excuse. And the fact that you're not teaching your sons, your children, period, manners, but your sons, chivalry, and how to treat a lady is beyond me. It's laziness. It is laziness. Come at me. come at me and I will let you have it right now because I am hot. Now, am I tired today? Do I have the best attitude? No, but I'm pretty sure I have been making myself aware of what is going on around me. Like, I am not the only one shopping in Walmart, and I have manners. I still have manners. But seriously, men suck. Men in general suck. That's all.
The reason why women want to be led by men in relationships is because they think the opposite of being led by a man is to be leading a man. So you're either going to be a parent to this man or he's going to be a parent to you. And I would offer that if people could, step outside of their binary thinking just a little bit, and stop going from one extreme to the next, the balance of that is two adults. Yes, you want someone with leadership skills that can take care of themselves, that can push their own life forward, that doesn't need you to always be inertia in their lives. And I think that's what a lot of women really want. They're describing it as if they want to be parented by a man. Because that's what all of that, I just want to turn my mind off. Yeah, you want him to be your parent. And that's weird. And we should discuss that. But essentially, it's because we're living in extremes. You feel like either you're going to be his mama or he going to be your daddy. And that's, again, weird, everybody. We should all just want to be adults. But the thing about it is, in relationships, it seems as if everybody's trying to manipulate the other person out of doing something or providing something that they don't want to provide for themselves. And so if everybody would be an adult and take care of themselves, maybe they will stop feeling like whoever they're in a relationship with is just manipulating them for their wants and needs. I don't know. Y'all let me know. But yeah, that's what I was thinking about. I was like, because it's like, I hear so many women say that they want these men that sound to me domineering and controlling. But really, you probably just want somebody that you can rely on in the same way that you can rely on yourself. And women, especially black women, are so used to either being a parent to this or him being a parent to you. In the middle, everybody, let's all be adults when we grow up. Let's all just be adults.
And another thing that you also have to think about is, when you want a man to yearn, you want a man to, I understand you probably want that man to really show you that he likes you. But I don't see it as him like simping for me. And if that is simping, then that's what I want. I want a man to really like me. I want a man to really show that he likes me. There's other ways that man can show that he likes you versus him getting down on both knees, crying and snotting, licking all over your feet, sucking all over your toes and all that nonsense. There's other ways that he can do that. But that's what modern women want. They read that type of stuff in books. They look at that type of stuff on TV, and that's what they want. And men are realizing at some point in time, you're going to think because I yearned and I begged for you that you're in a better position. Well, I can leave you. I don't need you. You can't leave me. No, I did that thinking that you would understand how much I really want you in my life. But now that you're going to throw that in my face, I think I'll get to packing. I'll be out by the night.
A lot of men and women have been ducking this conversation, but it's time that we just go ahead and just have it. So go ahead and check this out and then comment below.
If a man should provide, protect, and lead, what should a woman do? Because I hear this list every single day. Provide, protect, lead. And I agree with it. A man should absolutely do those things. But every time I ask the other question, the room goes quiet. It's like it's offensive to even bring it up. We've created a culture where a man's role has a job description, but a woman's role is just be yourself. That's not how relationships work. If one person has expectations and the other one has options, that's not a relationship. That's an audition where only one person is truly performing. And I'm not saying a woman should serve like a servant. That's not what this is. I'm saying if you expect a man to lead, you got to be willing to follow. If you expect him to provide, you got to be willing to build an environment worth providing for. If you expect him to protect, you got to be willing to not put him in positions where he has to protect you from yourself. In a relationship, both sides have terms. And somewhere along the way, we started holding men accountable to their side of the deal while telling women their side is optional. That's not equality. That's entitlement with the filter on. Good man does not want a woman who does nothing. He wants a woman who matches his effort in her own lane. He leads, she nurtures. He provides, she manages. He protects, she respects. That's not old-fashioned. That's functional.
God did not give you a wife so that you can rule over her, but so that she can stand beside you. Men and women can be taken advantage of. If a woman's dealing with a man who's only looking to be served, she can be taken advantage of. If a man's dealing with a woman who's only looking to be provided for. This might look different for every relationship, but I would say the majority of us have something in agreement. So let's just have a discussion down below. What do you think?
I'm back with another dating profile. We got Cynthia here, 32. I'm not going to show her full face. No, I'm not going to leak her Instagram. Somebody sent me this, but we're going to read the bio. Here comes the crazy delusion. Mama of 5, God first. My kids are my world, but I make time for love, growth, and the gym. I am hopeless romantic, a wife at heart. I can definitely tell you're a hopeless romantic because you got 5 kids. And I've learned my heart isn't meant for casual. When did you learn this? After the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th kid? I value consistency, intentions, and commitment. I don't think you value commitments as much as you think you do. If you're in my life, it's because I believe we're building towards something meaningful. I'm looking for the holy matrimony kind of love. Casual dating, X. I want to ask an honest question. Ladies, for those of you who are in her same predicament with multiple kids, why the f do y'all do this to yourself? Never mind, I know the answer. I'm going to tell you why you do it. Society doesn't shame y'all enough. You guys make mistakes. Society says it's okay. Men don't know how to handle you. Men don't know how to appreciate you. It's not your fault. It's their fault. Yes, it's definitely all fault that you're a mama of 5. You make bad decisions and you still get praised for it. Y'all don't get held accountable. And then you shift the blame saying, oh, it's the men. So if it's men that are the problem, why you decide to go get pregnant by so much different men? And I'm pretty sure, this is my assumption, that all 5 of her kids are not from one man. It's at least 3. But I don't know. What do y'all think? Write in the comments if you think she's gonna find what she's looking for. Yeah, that's all of this stuff at the bottom. Or you think she's delusional.
And you know, you have a lot of these men out here that are just regular guys. They're quiet, they're disciplined, and a lot of times because they don't yap about and holler and scream, that's why they get overlooked. Because modern women, they're looking for what they would call an alpha, a double alpha. I'm looking for a lion. Roar and make me hear you. Let me hear you. And so Chad and Tyrone are out there roaring. Just roar, roar, roar. As a matter of fact, Chad and Tyrone, well, sometimes they do, to be fair. But their roar is not even all that. At all. But they go ahead and stand behind a lion that actually know how to do it. And, you know, while they stand in front of a lion that actually knows how to roar. And then when the women look over, is that him? That must be him. And they think, oh, that's Chad roaring like that. He's got something. And they go over there messing with him. When really, actually, honestly and truly, it was the good man. It was a stable man. It was a regular guy that had his stuff together that was roaring like that. But modern women can't distinguish. They can't tell the difference because Chad and Tyrone look good. And that's really all they're looking at. Modern women don't like to tell you, but they're just as lustful as men are. They're filled with lust the same way that men are.
Talking to my partner, they say, you gotta do all that shit. When she call, you gotta go. You paying for shit, you opening the door, and you... I just don't get... Nigga, let me tell you something. See, my little shit, no, she pressure. So I gotta treat her good. See, my little shit, she educated. She well-mannered. She got money. Her nails good. Her skin good. See, I gotta treat her good. I gotta step up. See, what I don't want, right, is her to walk outside and then another open the door for her, right? Another willing to pay for her, right? Another nigga willing to do something that she thinks. I mean, even remotely things that I won't just run and do. Hands down. I can't have that. Cause see, my little shit won't be, can't do that.
He gon' her if she cheat.
She knows she pressure, and I know
Nigga
she
crazy for real. Have y'all ever noticed that the way women complain about us don't add up to the way these be acting like they treat their girls? But the women always reposting it. They always liking it. They just so eager to believe everything a nigga say. But then they on here telling us that we liars. And it's a fact. We just gotta believe that. It don't add up. Motherfuckers be just saying anything for real. Cause guess what? Everything you just talked about running and doing, she can do herself. And whenever she mad, she'll remind you, I don't need a man. I can do this myself. Matter of fact, their favorite one is if one man want, the next one will. So this is all basic. Imagine if you think you special because you can do what a woman can do. You ain't different to her. You ain't different because you could do what other men could do. See, I'm the type that was going to get water for my ex, but I never in my mind believe I got to do this. Otherwise, another going to come and do it. If she opened that door, I don't with her anyways. That's what y'all don't talk about. It's levels to this. So either this nigga's a simp and he gonna get played, or he a pimp and he finna play somebody. But it's so easy, ain't it? Subscribe to my YouTube, Planet Reality.
I get a lot of DMs and emails from women thanking me for talking about leaving a good guy or walking away from a relationship where there's no obvious villain. I honestly think this conversation needs to happen a lot more, because not every divorce story is he cheated on me, he ruined my entire life. Sometimes that's the story. But sometimes it's even more complicated than that, because the guy actually is a good person. Sometimes he's a good dad and kind and genuinely cares about you. There's just still something inside of you that knows you disappeared in the relationship a long time ago. And a lot of women really struggle with that because they think they need a courtroom level case to justify leaving. Like, unless someone betrayed you or traumatized you or you, your unhappiness isn't a good enough reason. Then a lot of those women stay longer than they want to because they feel so guilty, especially if you're the type of woman who grew up surviving. That means you learned to prioritize safety over alignment. You learned that keeping the peace was what was most important. You learned to smile, perform, push through, make things work. That's why a lot of my clients don't even realize how disconnected they've been from themselves until sometimes decades later. You could spend years trying to convince yourself, it's fine, I should be grateful, he's a good man. But meanwhile, your nervous system, your body, your emotions, your spirit are trying to tell you this is not the life that you really want to live. And it's hard to leave a relationship like that. Sometimes nobody is the bad guy. It's just two people who aren't aligned anymore.
The main reason that I don't care about the male-only epidemic, besides the fact that I made a video saying that's not even a real thing, but let's just, for the sake of bringing it up, use that language, is because if it was an actual serious issue, men would actually try to address it a little bit more seriously. Like, we have to hear about it all the time, yet you never see any of them actually doing anything to address it as an issue that needs to be fixed. I mean, using the language epidemic, let's go to pandemic, for example. You can't just use the word pandemic and then see nothing happening at all and see nobody trying to do anything about it, because nobody's then going to take it seriously. And the thing is that regardless of who you blame, whether it's the women being all a bunch of bitches or men being asocial or everyone just being on their phones too much or whatever you want to say it is, if nobody is trying to actually address an issue and they're just going to sit there complaining, why the should I care about it? Or anyone else for that matter? Like, you can't make me worried that this is a big issue if you won't even treat it like a big issue yourself. Like, I've gotten a lot of DMs, especially in, like, from the last couple of videos, basically calling me callous and horrible and mean. But the thing is that where is your activism? You know, like, where is the urgency to make me care? Huh? Like, if you can present to me evidence that the vast majority of men are genuinely acting as if this is an urgent issue that must be changed and we must rally, okay, maybe I'll start taking it a little bit seriously, because then I'll see that you guys really need that help that you claim to desperately need. But none of you have done that, and thus I'm going to sit here and just ignore it, as I always have and probably always will. That doesn't make me horrible. That's just me reading the room.
Clubs will forever be the worst place to meet women. The drinks are overpriced. These girls be real drug addicts. I mean, you already know she probably mollied out, coked out, ketamine out, just drugged out. All you gonna meet in most of these clubs, bro, is just heavy drug users, alcohol abusers. Like, these women just be drugged out at these spots, man. There's no type of real connection you're gonna really make, especially if you're in these cities like Miami, LA, New York. I mean, yes, you're gonna run into a lot of beautiful women in these scenes, but these are never high-value women in totality. I mean, in reality, right? I mean, when's the last time you've been to a club, you met a girl, and you actually had a really nice date with the girl you met from a club? It's rarely ever, right? And so you're going to these places, you're spending more money than necessary, you know, your body, you're meeting low-quality women. Yes, you can get the occasional one-night stands, but the risk in returns to the reward is just so low. I mean, even think about these times when you go to a club, you see a girl you like, you're buying her drinks, and then you walk away for a few minutes, you come back, she's talking to another guy. That's just the outcome of clubs. You're going there and it's a dice roll. Is it fun at times? Absolutely. But it's never a consistent area to meet women. You're better off meeting women just during the day when you're out and about doing anything normal. Those are going to be the highest quality women to meet. If you're struggling with your dating life, you want more help, you want to improve your approach, improve your image, I coach men, I fly to you in person and help you secure your ideal woman. DM me app.
So, hot take here, but hear me out. The reason why dating is actually broken is not because dating apps. It's because most men have become useless to most women. And no, this is not some far left feminist take. It's simply economics. If you think about the reason why women got married decades ago, sure, love was part of the reason, but the other reason was that they really had no other choice. The gender wage gap was substantial, and most high-paying careers were closed off to women. And that meant that if you wanted a good and comfortable life, you had to marry a man. It didn't matter if he was unattractive, didn't treat you well, had a bad personality. If he had a good job and put food on the table, this represented an upgrade to your life. Times have changed. Women no longer need men for economics. The gender wage gap has almost completely disappeared other than at the highest levels. For example, a male McKinsey consultant now makes the same exact salary as a female McKinsey consultant. That means that women can afford to be a lot more selective, and they're only going to choose a guy if a guy truly upgrades her life. And that bar to be able to upgrade her life is just substantially higher than it was before. That means that women can now afford to index for things like looks, height, emotional fulfillment, excitement, and all these things without worrying about, well, am I going to be poor if I remain single? The bottom line is being a nice guy who makes a good living is no longer enough. And invariably, there'll be a ton of men in the comments who criticize women for having too high of standards, saying that they're going to be miserable and die alone. But let's just make two things clear. First of all, it's men, not women, who suffer through a loneliness crisis. Women are usually a lot better at making friends and building a support network than we are. And second of all, if it's their cup of tea, it's a lot easier for women to find short-term companionship than it is for men. So maybe the tables have turned. Maybe it's men, not women, that should be worried about being alone. If that's something that we want to change, we have to become a person that upgrades a woman's life.
And, a lot of these men have moved on to greener pastures, if I can say it like that. They've moved on to better things. They've moved on to not chasing women around. And so you might be asking the question, or, I'd be wondering why a man is not willing to beg, right? And as a matter of fact, my wife and I just got through watching this show. I think it's on Netflix called My Worst or The Worst Ex Ever or something like that. And you look at these women and they cry and they complain. And I think I might have only seen the first 2 episodes, right? And you don't want to condone what people are doing to the victims, but you hear the victims talk about what they've gone through. And then you'd be like, why did you even put yourself through that? But yet instead, y'all are getting into relationships. Modern women are getting into relationships with criminals. Literal, and this is not an exaggeration. They're on the books, official criminals. They're felons. Oh, well, I loved him and I just couldn't part ways. The man takes advantage of the woman sexually. And she's, oh, well, I still couldn't leave him. Are you joking? But y'all sit out here and give the good man flack. You want the good man to get down on bended knee and beg you to stay. You should be running it.